Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shai, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honest you brothers that be pushing the truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So this video is going to be based on Esau, okay, who you know as the so-called white people of the world. Predominantly that's off of the these are who you know as this is what's known within the scriptures as the Edomites. And through the scriptures, through the prophecy, we know that the Edomites was going to have rulership of the world right now because of the scriptures, the book of Job, the 9th chapter on the 24th verse says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And also too how you go into the book of 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, it says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we know who the Edomites are. And basically I wanted to do this video because when you go through your day-to-day life and you are encountering these and you are come into contact with Esau, whether it may be at the job or wherever it may be, basically what you're getting into finding out is that they have a perfect hatred against you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. In fact, they've created a culture, a thing that you know as black culture, okay, the society that we're living in right now, that basically is designed to keep the Negro, Hispanic, and Native Americans down. A good documentary to watch about that is the documentary 13, okay, that's available on Netflix. And when you watch these different programs, they reveal a lot of different things, okay, how that the job system is catered towards Esau. It ain't catered towards you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. Okay, the penitentiary system, okay, the jails and the particular laws that's out there is to put you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans into captivity. In fact, when you go into this so-called New World Order that they're trying to set up, you find out that the number one group of people, okay, the demographic that they're wanting to be getting rid of is you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. All right, so when it comes down to it, and hence the point of this video, okay, how shall they have mercy who showed no mercy? Here it is, they're in rulership, and here it is, they have benefited, and they even benefited their own people. All right, the elite banking families, the Rothschilds, and okay, the inner circle of the elites, they've kept the wealth to themselves. In fact, they're trying to set a thing up where they keep the wealth to themselves, that being the people too. All right, they're trying to have it to where the remnant of the people after this so-called New World Order, which when you go into the scriptures, the Most High was going to put them into difficulties when they was going to be close to achieving that so-called New World Order. But if they was to achieve it, they was going to have the rest of the world underneath their rulership and have everybody and everything under their control. Okay, even of their own people. So even within their own functioning society or group or demographic, whatever you want to call it, they haven't even been merciful. But see, check the script. You go into the book of Zechariah, the 2nd chapter and the 8th verse. What does it say? It says the Israel is the apple of the Lord's eye. Okay, we're his principal focus. This is whom the Most High, okay, called his fervent lover. And here it is, they put us, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, okay, into captivity, into slavery, all right, of which I'm going to get a scripture in the background and then flow through with this one, all right, but pretty much they put the apple of the Lord's eye into captivity, and you got a whole bunch of people out here thinking that Esau's going to get some type of mercy, okay, you got a whole bunch of people out here, okay, that think Esau, all right, is going to be a Job, or it's going to be Cornelius, but see, check the script. Okay, you look at Israel, okay, or the Israelites, the nation of Israel. It all started off with one person. So here it is, you say Job, okay, of which Job, when you go into the scriptures, he was an Israelite. But let's say Job, okay, to play devil's advocate, to make a point, was the Edomite. Then guess what? You would have it to where the whole nation of the Edomites would become and brought back through, and that seed of the wicked would be within the earth, and the prophecies would not be manifested through the salvation of that one individual. Okay, so that's how we know that man would have had to been an Israelite, because the Lord the Lord had mercy on him. He was a man of the Lord. Okay, he put all kind of prophecies out there. Okay, but continuing with this video, going into the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 9th verse, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And basically what that's saying is, here it is they touched the apple of the Lord's eye. Okay. They was gonna receive off of that judgment, man. They was gonna receive, okay, off of those works. Okay, the scripture says that be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever a man was gonna sow, or basically you put your energy into, they put their energy into destroying the world. And remember, the scripture says within the book of 2nd Ezra that the world be made for our sakes. But guess what? They've put a hell of work out there into destroying the whole planet. Okay, and even more so than that, they've put a hell of a lot of work in there to destroying you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. Okay, so the Lord was going to have it to where what? Just like how we was put into slavery underneath them, they was going to be put in slavery underneath us. But the scripture says this in Isaiah the 24th chapter. It says that what? It says that the Most High was going to destroy them that destroy the earth. The book of Isaiah 1 and 3 says, the ox knoweth its owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not consider, my people do not. Let me read that again. It says, the ox knoweth its owner, the ass is his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, and my people doth not consider. Because why? Because you bring out these scriptures, like the one I just brought out, within the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 9th verse, and you get a whole bunch of Jake out there, a bunch of Israelites trying to save, okay, their enemy, the devil, okay, who we know through the scriptures as Esau, who rules the world right now. Okay, you get a bunch of homegrown slaves, okay, like this scripture in the book of Isaiah, the 1st chapter and the 3rd verse is describing, trying to save, okay, the guy that's perpetuating their affliction. All right. But see, we're going to get a different story here at Great Millstone, because we're going to give you the realness, the truth that is within the scriptures. And the simple fact that the scripture says is that what? The book of James, the 2nd chapter, the 13th verse, for shall he have mercy, okay, for shall he have mercy, for he shall have judgment without mercy, Salakia, that showed no mercy, and the mercy rejoices against the judgment. So pretty much they did particular things unto the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and they didn't show no mercy unto the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. Okay, in fact, when you go into the book of Obadiah, which I've got in the background here, okay, the violence against thy brother Jacob, okay, you're gonna find out, man. They had they according to the prophecies, they had a whole bunch of violence that they had against us. Okay, they've done. You check out the history. They've done all kind of different things against the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. You're talking about the systematic oppression that you have right now, man. This is just history. This is. I try to combine the word recent and history together, but this is just recent history. Okay, this is just recent history. All right, you go back into the ages. What you gonna find out? You're gonna find out about slavery. You're gonna find out about Jakes being packed like sardines, and you gotta really visualize what that must have been like. Okay, I mean, if it takes a couple of months, okay, the best part of the year to take, okay, Negroes from out there in Spain, okay, because that's where the first slave ships came from. It takes a whole bunch of really nearly the best part of a year to take those people back in them times, to take those people all the way into the Americas. Okay, so you would have had babies being born next to a man dying. Okay, you would have had people that are exposed to shit. They're sleeping in their own shit. Okay, they got cuts, they got bruises from the chains. Okay, they got all kind of fevers. Okay, that's what they did to our people. And the Most High said it best when he said through the scriptures that what? Shall he have mercy? This is the scripture here. Okay, shall he? For he shall have judgment without mercy that showed no mercy. Okay, and this is really applicable to everybody, because you might have a Jake that applies a particular judgment on you, and the Most High sees that. Okay, he's going to have the same measure of scrutiny that he gives onto a brother. Okay, the book of Joel, the third chapter on the 19th verse, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation. And when you go into the scriptures, you're gonna find out, you find out that Egypt could have been could be talking about the historical Egypt, or it could be talking about the modern day Egypt. Here's the proof of that. The book of Jeremiah, the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter on the 64th verse. Let's get into it. It says, in the 68th verse, it says, the Lord shall bring thee again into Egypt, again with ships, by the way of that I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more, and they shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. So this Egypt that is talking about here is talking about America. Okay, Joel 3:19, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation. What's the proof of that? Isaiah the 24th chapter. And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah. Okay, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. And remember the scripture says what the scripture says about what? About the land and the blood. Let me read this again. I think it even goes into it. 20th verse. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation, for I'll cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. Okay, so it goes into something else. But in the book of Numbers, it says pretty much the land is defiled until the people that have shed blood, their blood be on the ground. Okay, so everything's got to come full circle. Okay, so pretty much that's the video, man. For the violence against the children of Judah, okay, and the children of Israel, they've shed innocent blood. And guess what? They ain't going to have no mercy when their judgment comes upon their own head, because they've showed no mercy. With that, I must say, all praise unto Yahweh, Shimi Al-Shai, Waharakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honestly, brothers, will be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.